So
I do want to push back on the protests because when Ferguson happened, that for me was the moment when I started to pay attention because I wasn't one of the people that was like, oh, fuck Black Lives Matter. Like, I was like, all right, something significant is happening here. What's going on? What am I not getting? Because clearly something's not happening. And that's when I started to pay attention to police shootings and just racial injustice in general. I don't feel like the opposite is true of what the reaction towards these protesters. There isn't the same level of trying to understand what they're talking about. Like, why do you guys just dismiss them and say, I'm not willing to listen to what they're talking about?
Because they're putting other people's lives in jeopardy in the long run. Because they want to open up.
Who are you talking about? Which protesters?
It's not the same thing. Because
wait a minute. Which protesters are you talking about?
The people up at the State House. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Because it's not the same thing. Yeah. Black people's lives are in jeopardy, and we're trying to get them out of jeopardy. When you talk about Black Lives Matter,
white people's lives because they want to go outside.
Yeah, white people. These white people protesting are white people who are putting people's lives in jeopardy because they want to go outside, because they want low paid workers to do what they want them to do, which is cut their hair, and so they can go into restaurants.
They're
and stuff,
fighting
and
for their freedom to be comfortable.
Yeah.
They're not comfortable right now, and they don't like that. Anytime you make a white person uncomfortable, you see the ugly side of this country. Anytime a white person gets uncomfortable, look at when the stock market crashes, look at after Obama got elected, we got Trump. Anytime you make people outside of their comfort zone, what they're used to, what's something different, they always revert back to that person you see at the State House yelling and screaming at police. You aren't allowed to tell me what I can and can't do. Every single time. That's what this country has always been.
Do you agree or disagree?
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson told the king, you can't tell me what the fuck to do.
Period, Chief.
That's all we are as a country. Is that screaming dude, you're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do. That's all we are. That's all we've ever been. That's all we're ever going to be. Because anytime we try to move past that, the guns come out, the protesting comes out, the ridiculousness, just the pure stupidity of marching to the State House to scream, open up a restaurant.
To try to save your life.
Save the lives of
the ridiculous thing that a Republican senator came out and said, some people need to die so we can get back to making money. How fucking
that was not the ridiculous. When he said grandmamas and grandpas gone,
you're gonna have to sacrifice for your country.
What?
How can any American sit there and see this and want to vote for that?
And you can say all you want, that's not the majority of this country, but the evidence is clearly showing the opposite.
And
because you have all these Democratic centers where all these Democratic people, the big cities, but what are the small town people? Huge families. They're all think the same way. They're not public with it. You may not know who your cousin voted for, but he identifies with that motherfucker. He identifies with that Republican man. He identifies with that person at the State House. He might not be out there protesting, but he's sitting in his house like, yeah, he's got the right idea. I don't like being told what to do. And then when black people do it, it's like, oh, Colin Kaepernick, how dare he take a knee? It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. When a black person says this country ain't shit, people get mad. When white people say
your country.
When white people say this country ain't shit and you can't tell me what to do, he's a patriot. He's like
that's where I agree. The hypocrisy of it, where the people who are at the State House, which I agree are being complete morons, like that's a good opportunity in my mind to say to those people, and that's something that I've been trying to say to like libertarians that follow me. You have to understand that your anger right now, you have to understand that discomfort is how a lot of other people feel. It's a good time
all the time
to start a dialogue. And I think that if we're dismissive of people, and because the reality is, I know the people who organized the Indiana State House rally, for instance. The majority of those people that went, those are they're the Alex Jones people. They literally don't think it's real. You see the signs from the thing. It's like the virus is fake. but their anger is shared by a lot of people about certain things, and it's a good time to say to those people who aren't idiots, who aren't going to these things, like, hey, think about these things. Think about maybe your own hypocrisy about these issues. Where can we all find common ground and start to work together? We lose that ability to have that common ground when we just say, fuck you, it's like, I just don't like dismissing people. I think that there's a lot of, when I look at Twitter from the left, the reaction towards these protesters is not, what are they angry about? Where's the common ground? It's, let's make fun of these people, which I totally
understand why that happens?
Explain it. Why?
So when a conservative tries to stop you from living your life, whether you're LGBTQ or black, they literally try to stop you from just being who you are based off their religion and their morals. You're just trying to live your life. And they're coming and telling you, you're not like me. I don't like how you do it. It affects my money, and I'm going to stop you from doing that. Yeah. And your response to me is you can't dismiss that person. No, my very first thought is, fuck that guy, because he's a piece of shit. Because all I'm trying to do is be alive and live my life. That's all I'm trying to do. And you're literally writing laws to make my life harder? Go fuck yourself. I have no sympathy for you because you started it. I was just trying to live my life. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all we're all trying to do. And you make it harder because I'm not like you. And you can't respect our differences. And then you have the nerve and the audacity to ask me to give you a chance when I just watched you fuck over my ancestors for how many years? I'm not giving you a chance. You haven't earned it. You have done nothing to earn it. You've stolen everything. You haven't earned shit. Free labor. You inherited all the money that free labor earned. And then you have the audacity to tell me to be nice to you? Go fuck yourself.
So in your own words, the people that are protesting want the government off their back, and you just said you want the government off your back. You want this system off your back, and you don't think that you have common ground?
We want white supremacy off our backs.
Yeah, I want you to recognize that I'm different from you, but we can be okay.
Black people don't have a problem with the government. We don't have a problem with the government. We don't have a problem with rules. And I've told you this many times, when shit break out, pandemic, everybody crazy, black people are always cool and calm as a cucumber, as they say. We don't give a fuck about no pandemic because we always in a fucking pandemic. We always worried about.
The struggle is always on us.
Yes, it's all we always
just be alive.
Just to be alive. I'm gonna get killed at the store or fucking this. We always got something. We always worried about something. And I hate to turn this racial, but we don't have the same worries.
Yeah, because when the recession happened, black people have been in a recession since the 70s. We've had 20% unemployment rates since forever. Our lowest unemployment rate has been in the last 10 years under Obama and then I guess under Trump. Let's not talk about it. But
give Trump his credit.
No, he ain't did nothing. We've had 20% unemployment for years. And then the rest of America got to what was the highest unemployment rate during the time? 10%? That was nothing. We were already broke. And that's what's so
the panic
different.
of uncomfortability that pisses people off. It's like, you guys get uncomfortable for 3 months. Try being this uncomfortable for 35 years. Like, I don't have the time or the patience or the energy or the care to feel sorry for you. Yeah, I don't. Like, you caused this problem because you didn't listen, because you never listen. And I don't mean you specifically.
I know you.
But
what?
White America creates its own problems, and then they get mad at everybody else for having to deal with the problem they created.
Yeah.
It's like all these Mexicans coming across the border to get our jobs. Well,